Today we're going to talk about how to get the best results when stamping your name on your clothes using the Name Dropper Permanent Ink Marking Stamp. We're also going to demonstrate a new tool that we've designed specifically to work with the Name Dropper, and we call it the placeholder. I have it here in front of you. And this tool greatly improves the quality and durability of the imprint. More about that in just a minute. But let's take a look at the stamp. For those of you who may not be familiar with it, comes dark ink and in white ink. White ink for the very, very dark clothes. Black ink, obviously, for the lighter clothes. I grabbed a t-shirt here. Let's give it a try so you can see how the Name Dropper works. You simply place the Name Dropper on the t-shirt in this case, push down. I like to hold it for a couple of seconds, let the ink be sure it transfers from the rubber stamp onto the material, lift it up, and I'd say you got a pretty good imprint, and hopefully you can see it on the video. And so black on white, pretty basic, pretty easy, very quick, will last a long time in many washings. However, the big challenge really arrives when you get onto the dark clothes. So I have here in front of me a navy blue t-shirt as a good example of dark clothing. I'm going to use the white Name Dropper, and this time let's do the same thing. We're going to find a spot on the shirt for this demonstration. Push down, I'm holding the stamp again, let the ink set in, I'm pushing down and holding it, lift up. Got a pretty good imprint there as well. Hopefully you can see that against the dark material. A nice white imprint. Now, the challenge arises from the fact that white ink, the pigments do not last as long, they're not as durable as black ink. So, what do? That prompted us to create a new tool, which I mentioned earlier, we called a placeholder. And the new tool enables you to do multiple or layered stamping on top of the material. And that enables you to get multiple imprints on top of each other. And let me show you the example. We just did this. We just printed it early right there. So let's take the stamp, the black stamp, put it in the placeholder. You see it clicks right in nice and firmly. I'm going to do this second imprint right beside the first one, so we have a good example to look at. And we're going to push down, pick up, push down again. Keep doing it. I do it 5 times. Take a look. That looks pretty good, deep and dark. But one of the real additional benefits of the placeholder is I can put the stamp now back down again if I didn't like it, and deliver more ink until I've got an imprint that I'm happy with. Now I'd say that's nice and dark and deep, but also I haven't over-inked it. And that's another benefit I get here. I can look at the imprint, get it as dark as I want, but stop so that I do not put too much ink on the material and have it bleed through the back. And in this case, certainly it has not. Now if I hold the material close to the screen, I think you can see very clearly just how much deeper and darker that imprint is. It's going to last much longer. Now let's move on to that dark t-shirt. There is the challenge. You saw our earlier imprint, which is right here. We had just done this. Let me flatten out the material. Take the white ink stamp, put the Name Dropper in the placeholder. You can hear it almost click, it's so tight. We're going to put the placeholder right on the material. I'm going to try to do the same thing by having it near the other imprint for comparison purposes. I'm going to hold it down and imprint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take a look. Yep, it's getting darker. I think it can actually be darker further. So let's put more ink on it. Let's give it more depth. Let's get more ink to go down into the material. That's probably enough for now. Let's take a look. I take the plate off, and let me put it closer to the lens of the camera, and I hope you can see, as I can, just how much deeper and darker and vivid that imprint is. That's going to last many more launderings than the simple first imprint. Now, as a final step, whether you're using the white or the black ink, or whether you're doing thick or thin material, I always suggest that you run a hot iron over the material so that you heat set it. That will make the imprint last many more launderings, and it's a very important step that sometimes people forget to do. I also would say, especially when you're using thick materials like socks, sweatshirts, when you're using the white ink on dark material, I highly recommend that you use the placeholder. That'll enable you to get the ink deeper into the material. The imprint will last much longer. I hope you have found this video helpful. We'll be posting more demonstrations on how to get the best results from all of our products, not just these, and other helpful hints as well. So please come back to visit us again at namedropperstamper.com, and thanks again.